Assalamu alaikum. Today we are having a special guest with us, Mr. Gulzar Ahmad Dar, who is basically related to mathematics subject. And we are not going to ask him anything about pan academics. Today we will try to see the relationship between mathematics and the social life. So, Mr. Gulzar, I welcome you in this podcast. Hope.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure for me to talk to you on this special topic, and this is really a greatness on your part. You gave me a chance to speak on this sensitive topic. Thank you very much for inviting me in this program.
Nice, sir. So, without going here and there, let me first straight away go to the basic question which always is roaming in the mind of everybody, I should say. That is the mathematics and the daily life of a common person. Is it having any relationship? If yes, would you please describe it?
This is a good question. I think for me, I can see mathematics everywhere. I can see mathematics in sky. I can see mathematics in earth. I can see mathematics in every object around us. I can see mathematics in this mic. I can see mathematics in that camera. I can see mathematics in the lighting. I can see mathematics in human body. You will ask questions how? Mathematics is not all about the numbers, the measurements and all these things. Though numbers, measurements and basic operations of mathematics are very integral part of mathematics, but mathematics is beyond these things. You just asked that daily life, mathematics and daily life. Recently India launched Chandrayaan. That happened that was possible only because of mathematics. You are launching a satellite from Earth to another planet or to moon. If a layman without knowing mathematics intends to launch a satellite or anything to another planet, he will just think that I will be launching a ship or a spacecraft from one place for this planet to another planet. This is a simple thing, but this is not as simple as it looks. It is a very difficult job. It is possible only when you know mathematics. On which angle you will launch it, what should be the projectile of this spacecraft, at which angle you are going to launch it, at which speed you are going to launch it so that it will safely land on that moon, and what should be its escape velocity. These are all mathematical things. Without knowing all these things, it is dead impossible to launch such a very big satellite on any mission like moon or this Mars. So this is one thing. And another aspect of this mathematics in daily life is that when you go to a shopkeeper, you consciously and unconsciously use mathematics in different ways. How many pennies, how many rupees you are supposed to give, how many things, how many rupees you will get back. These are all mathematical things. So if we will minus mathematics in human life, in daily life, I think the life of a man will collapse down. Nothing will remain. So this is the answer to your first question.
It was nice explanation. So you have taken us to the lofty, I should say, the achievements of mathematics. But here I would like to take you down the line. That is one of the biggest challenges throughout the world this time is poverty.
Of course.
And different subjects are this time trying their level best by their subject experts. Even technology is in the field. That's also trying to reduce the occurrence of this poverty. And but one of the important subject, that's mathematics. Do you think, as a mathematician, that this mathematics has its role in a certain, I should say, proportion to reduce the occurrence or the incidence of this poverty, so that this humanity could survive in a welfareistic manner?
This seems an abstract question and difficult too, but I have the answer to this question. Actually, when you talk about the poverty or poverty, and there are different approaches, or you can say the different reasons behind the poverty. There are so many reasons behind this poverty, and one is your mental setup.
Right.
If I think I am poor and I don't try to overcome it, I don't try to get out of it, this is my fault. This is the fault of my mind.
Okay.
And nobody is born poor. Nobody is born rich. Circumstances make it so. And mathematics teaches us one important thing: there is a solution to every problem. If poverty is a problem, it definitely carries a solution. But solution lies in your mind. Solution lies in your hands. How you can try to get out of the poverty? There may be so many reasons. As I remember the quote of the population theory by Malthus.
Okay.
He beautifully expressed that the population of a man, population of human being goes on increasing in geometric progression. It goes on increasing, fold, double fold, and triple fold. If you have 100 times, if you have a population of a particular area, say 1 crore, it will be doubled in couple of years and tripled or 4 times in couple of years or consecutive years. But the production, production of resources which need to cater this human population does not increase in geometric progression. It increases in arithmetic progression.
Right.
So actually, what is the difference between arithmetic progression and geometric progression? Geometric progression grows rapidly. Arithmetic progression grows but slowly.
Gradually.
So this was the Malthus theory, and I think if you think mathematically, you can overcome the problem of this poverty.
By this you mean that although the whole solution or all the solutions are not possible mathematically, but the procedure, the intervention, the endeavor which any person or a group of person is going to take in order to overcome this poverty, that can be laden with the mathematical perceptions and mathematical rules and guidance. Thank you. Second important point is, sir, that is regarding the religiosity across the globe in 21st century. What we see, the major challenging part in human life is that the human beings are experiencing sort of fractured spirituality. Although religion in one or other form it's available to every human being, but the fold of religion is not getting that much proportion of humanity under its cover, or they are not being circumvented by the religion. The reason is there are so many spiritual or psychological disorders across the globe. Even new disorders are being invented. Do you think mathematics has its role in development of this spirituality?
Yes, this is a very nice question, and I would love to answer this. Actually, religion and mathematics seem to be two different things, or two different faces of a coin. But because in religion you need to accept the things without having logical background, without having legitimate this background. But in mathematics you cannot accept anything illogical. You cannot accept anything without proof. In fact, there is nothing in mathematics which is without proof. But certain things which you encounter in religion, which seem to be I can say impossible, but mathematics try to prove all these things. I will quote an example.
Okay.
Actually, in mathematics teaches us that when you take the graph of a linear equation, linear equation means an equation which has degree equal to 1. The graph of that equation is always straight. Okay. This is what mathematics teaches us. The graph of a linear equation is always straight. But what it has to do with the religion.
Right.
I will try to correlate it. Religion says that if you consider superpower, if you consider there is only one superpower, that is Allah, you are on straight line, you are on Sirat al-Mustaqim.
Right.
And mathematics gives us the proof of this. If you the graph of a linear equation is always straight. That means graph of that equation which has superpower, which has degree equal to 1, is on straight line. One more thing. There is a verse in Quran. فَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ فَهُوَ فِي عِيشَةٍ رَاضِيَةٍ وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَفَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ فَأُمُّهُ هَاوِيَةٌ. So this is the concept of equation. At the time of this at Domesday, there will be a balance. If your good deeds are more than your ill deeds, you are successful. You will go to Jannah. And if your bad deeds are more than your good deeds, you are in loss. So mathematics gives the idea. It expresses same idea in terms of equations.
Okay.
If you have inequality greater than or less than equality. So these are the things which are encountered during religious beliefs, but mathematics tells us the facts. It actually acknowledges all the religious facts. So this is how I can interpret the relation between religion and this.
So what I could conclude out of your statement is that the cognitive mechanism or the scheme which is being basically found in human existence, it has its coherence, although whole coherence has not been till
in our holy
explored.
Quran, our holy Quran, there is a verse that says that the whole universe was created in just 6 days. Why 6 days?
Right.
Why not 5 days? Why not in 7 days? Why not in 10 days? Why not in 1 day? And see the beautiful thing about the 6. Actually, there is a beautiful number which is called the perfect number.
Okay.
Perfect number, there is a property on the basis of which we can define the perfect number. Actually, the divisors are equal to the number itself. So, the first, the least, the smallest natural number, who is the perfect number, is 6.
Oh my God.
So, it seems that there is something very interesting thing behind all these things. So, this is how we can correlate the religious affairs or religion with mathematics.
Although still there are so many parameters and paradigms.
Of course,
that need to be discovered
answered
by
yes,
mathematicians.
you're right.
And lastly, the major challenge in this worldly life is economy. Although we have got different models of economy throughout the history, if you take up different models, and this time we are dealing with the modern model, but still we see that human population is not inclusively of living a better life across the world. Apart from the different interventions, can you see any role of mathematics in evolving out an inclusive economy over this planet?
I can say that I think when you take economics as your endeavor, as an endeavor of a human being, it is totally dependent on mathematics. You'll ask how. First of all, I will tell you one thing, that when you teach mathematics, or when a small child or an adult person goes on writing or goes on solving mathematical problem, he becomes habitual of problem solving. In fact, his mind becomes habitual of problem solving. He tries to solve a problem, starts with a step, he finds that this step is not correct, I should cancel this step, I should take another step, which is based on the logic, which is a legitimate step. He finds it is correct, he goes on, he moves ahead. And at the second stage, he finds that the second step taken is not correct, is not appropriate, it will not lead me to the destination. So this he tries to cancel, he cancels his second step. He tries to find out the next alternative step. He takes the third step. He goes on taking all these steps on the basis of logical reasoning, and these all steps are to be the legitimate steps. What happens? A student who tries to solve these mathematical problems automatically becomes habitual of problem solving,
Right.
but not randomly. He becomes habitual of problem solving with legitimate reasoning,
Right.
with logical reasoning,
And in a systematic way.
in a systematic
Right.
way.
Right.
And if he is wrong, he admits that this step is wrong. I should take the alternative step. So what he does, he tries to take another step, which leads him to the destination.
Right.
And when he becomes the habitual of problem solving with legitimate steps, and when it comes to the real life, when real life problems come across him, or he came across such type of problems in real life, he practices the same. He tries to solve real life problems with the same pattern, with logical reasoning, without annoying anyone, without disturbing anyone, without making anything which may hinder other persons. So at the end of the day, he becomes a good problem solver. And when he becomes a good problem solver, he can be a good administrator, he can be a good decision maker, he can be a good planner.
Right.
And when we talk about the economy needs good planning. And mathematics reading students, mathematics doing students can be good economists, can be good this planning management. All these things are totally dependent on what you say, the mathematics. Nowadays mathematics, when you I will just quote an example. When you select a team, say you are given the mandate of selecting Indian team, you cannot select 11 players manually. You just actually analyze their previous record and try to compare the different records, different data available from different players, and analyze these records, analyze these numerical data with the help of, you call it the data science.
Right.
And that is based on the mathematics. And when you analyze the things scientifically, mathematically, your decisions, your conclusions are more legitimate than the decisions which are based on the manual thinking or the manual practice.
So what can be deducted out of your argument is that problem becomes problem when a person who is facing this problem, or group of people who are facing that problem or those problems, those people remain ignorant.
Of
But
course.
mathematics helps him in a lot to expose that problem and to see its different contours and dimensions, to see its static nature and dynamic nature. So I agree with your statement, sir.
Thank you very much.
Definitely it will help him to resolve the economic problems if he is having the mathematical acumen.
Of course,
Now,
mathematical acumen.
we can't say that in totality, but with better mathematical acumen, one can resolve the economic issues and problems. So thank you viewers, it was the first session of Open Window that is being basically orchestrated by Mr. Gulzar sir. On this platform we are just trying to explore the common minds without having any specific background and without getting exposed to new things, so that we could just infer what are the best experiences and perceptions and understandings carried by a particular person. Next time we'll be with you with a new episode. Till then, have a good day. Allah Hafiz. Thank you.
Thank you.